Assalamu alaikum dear students. This is the second lecture regarding unit number 5 gravitation. In today's discussion we would be talking about exercise of this unit. So let's start. The question 5.1 deals with MCQs. Encircle the correct answers from the given choices. So first MCQ is Earth's gravitational force of attraction vanishes at. So here 4 options are given and the correct option is B, infinity. Dear students, infinity is the point which is outside the field, outside the gravitational force field. So Earth's gravitational force vanishes at outside the field, mean at infinity. MCQ number 2. Value of G increases with the, so again 4 options are given and we have learned from the previous lecture that G equals capital G me over r plus h whole square. This equation suggests that value of G increases with decrease in altitude. Near the, as we go towards the center of Earth, towards the surface of Earth, the value of G increases, and as we go above the surface of Earth, the value of G decreases. So C is the option. MCQ number 3. The value of G at the height 1 Earth's radius above the surface of Earth. Again dear students, the same formula is there and you simply plug H equal capital R, and after simplifying it we would be having 1 by 4 of G. So D is the correct option. And in number 4 we get the value of G on moon's surface is 1.6 meter per square second. As you know, the value of G for the Earth is approximately 10 meter per square second. So for moon it is 1 by 6th of the gravitational acceleration of the Earth, that is 1.6 meter per square second. Now what will be the weight of 100 kg body on the surface of the moon? So simply you know that W is equal to mg, so we multiply mass 100 times 1.6, so we get 160 Newton. So these are 4 MCQs including these are included in your course. Now question number 5.2. What is meant by the force of gravitation? As we already talked about in theoretical portion in previous lecture. So what is the force of gravitation? There exists a force due to which every body of the universe attracts every other body. This force is called force of gravitation. Short response question 5.3. Do you attract the Earth or the Earth attracts you? Which one is attracting with the larger force, you or the Earth? So the answer is both are attracting each other with equal forces. Dear students, as you know, according to law of gravitation, every body in the universe attracts every other body with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. And also the formula is given here, F equal uppercase G, which is the gravitational constant, m1 m2 in upstairs and d square in downstairs. So here this formula suggests that we and Earth are attracting each other and the force is same but opposite. Short question 5.4. What is a field force? Gravitational force is a non-contact force. For example, the velocity of a body thrown up goes on decreasing while on return its velocity goes on increasing. This is due to the gravitational pull of the Earth acting on the body whether the body is in contact with the Earth or not. Such a force is called the field force. Short question 5.5. Why earlier scientists could not guess about the gravitational force? Dear students, as earlier scientists couldn't guess the force of gravitation between two masses because it is of very small value. It could be detected only by a very sensitive instrument which were not invented at that time. Because gravitational forces are is having very small value. That's why this is one of the reasons that earlier scientists couldn't guess about the gravitational field, and they took this sort of placement understood. That's why they didn't go for researching it. Now 5.6 and short question 5.6. How can you say that gravitational force is a field force? Gravitational force is a non-contact force. For example, the velocity of a body thrown up goes on decreasing, while on return its velocity goes on increasing. This is due to the gravitational pull of the earth acting on a body whether the body is in contact with the earth or not. Such a force is called the field force. Short question 5.7. Explain what is meant by gravitational field strength. In the gravitational field of the earth, the gravitational force per unit mass is called the gravitational field strength of the earth. It is 10 Newton per kilogram near the surface of the earth. Now, short question 5.8. Why law of gravitation is important to us? There are a number of reasons. We are stable on the surface of earth due to this gravitation. Okay. So, as universal law of gravitation is important in releasing satellites from the earth in the orbits, and it also gives the reason that is why earth revolves around the sun. The universal law of gravitation describes the phenomenon like the gravitational force between a planet and a star, rotation and revolution of heavenly bodies and galaxies. So the whole setup of the universe is persistent and stable and existing due to gravitation. Short question 5.9. Explain the law of gravitation. Dear students, we already talked about these sort of stuffs in first lecture. So these are just repetitive and revising. So everybody in the universe attracts every other body with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. Now in this figure 5.1 you see two masses having mass m1 and m2 and are at a distance d. So consider two bodies of masses m1 and m2. The distance between the centers of masses is d as shown in figure 5.1. According to the law of gravitation, the gravitational force of attraction F with which the two masses m1 and m2 separated by a distance d attract each other and is given by. Dear students, this is the mathematical formalism for law of gravitation. So what is the first expression? F is proportional to m1 m2. And what is the second? F is proportional to 1 by d square. These two expressions are actually matching with the statement law of gravitation, which is in a pink highlighted box. Now just combining these two relations, F is proportional to m1 m2 in upstairs and d square in downstairs. Now you know proportionality mark is always replaced by some equal sign and constant. So final mathematical form of law of gravitation is F equal G m1 m2 by d square. Here G is the proportionality constant. It is called the universal constant of gravitation. Its value is the same everywhere throughout the universe because it's a universal constant. In SI unit, its value is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. Dear students, short question 5.10. It is again a revision because we talked about it in first lecture. how the mass of Earth can be determined. So here you see a figure 5.4. Consider a body of mass m on the surface of Earth as shown in figure 5.4. Let the mass of the Earth be me and the radius of the Earth be r. The distance of the body from the center of the Earth will also be equal to the radius r of the Earth. Now, according to the law of gravitation, the gravitational force F of the Earth acting on a body is given by, dear friends, you know, F equals G M me over r square is the gravitational law. But the force with which Earth attracts a body towards its center is equal to its weight W. Therefore, F equal W equal mg. Now dear students, equating these two relations, these two equations, we get mg equal gm me over r square. Now small m is cancelled on both sides and we are left with g equal gme over r square. Now flipping the variables, we get me equal r square g over g. Now you know, on right hand side we are having r, g and uppercase G. So all these three variables are known. So plugging the values here, we get r equals 6.4 into 10 to the power 6. Small g is acceleration due to gravity 10 meter per square second. And in denominator uppercase G is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. So after simplification we get 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. Thus the mass of the Earth is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. Now exercise question 5.11. Can you determine the mass of the moon? If yes, then what you need to know? We just found the mass of Earth. On the same account, we can find the mass of the moon. Yes, we can find the mass of the moon by using the law of gravitation. And this is the same relation we got earlier. mm equal r square gm over uppercase G. Here mm is the mass of the moon, r radius of the moon, gm gravitational acceleration on the moon. You know, gravitational acceleration on moon is 1/6 of gravitational acceleration on Earth. And uppercase G is gravitational constant. It is constant throughout. Its value is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kilometer. So these all value is known, and if we plug in above equation, we can easily find the mass of the moon. Just like as we found the mass of the Earth. Short question 5.12. Why does the value of G vary from place to place? As you know, G equal uppercase G me over r square. So this equation shows that G is proportional to uppercase G me and inversely proportional to the square of the radius of the Earth. This equation shows that the value of G, that is acceleration due to gravity, depends on the radius of the Earth at its surface. The value of G is inversely proportional to the square of the radius of the Earth, but it does not remain constant, and it also decreases with altitude. So as you know, Earth is approximately elliptic in shape, so r keeps on changing from equator to poles. So the value of G vary from place to place. Now short question 5.13. Explain how the value of G varies with altitude. Dear students, we got this formula GH equal G me over r plus h whole square in the previous first lecture. So this formula straightforward says that the value of G is decreased with the altitude h from the surface of Earth. Now consider a body of mass m at an altitude h as shown in figure 5.5. The distance of the body from the center of the Earth becomes r plus h. So this formula clearly shows that the value of G decreases at height h. And also if you compare this GH with the G which is given at the top of this slide, so you can easily compare and conclude that value of G is decreasing with altitude. Now dear students, it's a turn for discussing and solving the problems, numerical problems. So 5.1, find the gravitational force of the attraction between two spheres, each of mass 1000 kg. The distance between the centers of the sphere is 0.5 meter. So the data is given as masses are equal, so m1 equal m2 is equal 1000 kg. Distance d is 0.5 meter. A gravitational constant, its value is fixed, 6.673 into 10 to the minus 11, and we have to find gravitational force. So we are having the law of gravitation as F equal G m1 m2 by d square. So everything is in our hand, just plug the values, uppercase G, m1, m2 and d. So after simplification in different steps, we finally get the force as 2.67 into 10 to the power minus 4 Newton. So dear students, this is the first numerical and it utilizes the formula of law of gravitation. Now numerical 5.2, the gravitational force between two identical lead spheres kept at 1 meter apart is 0.006673 Newton. Find their masses. Here dear students, we are using the same formula, and in this time force is given and we have to find the mass. So the data is given, gravitational force F equals 0.006673, gravitational constant is known and distance is 1 meter. So we have to find masses. As the masses are identical, so we are using the formula F equal G m1 m2 by d square, and here m1 m2 equal m because both masses are same. So simplify it a little bit, we are having m square equal f d square over g. We are just flipping the variable. Now plugging the values, because force is given, separation d is given, and uppercase G which is acceleration, which is the universal constant, it is given. So after simplification we are having m square equal 10 to the power 8. Now taking the square root of both sides, we are having m equal 10 to the power 4, which is 10,000 kilogram. So we conclude that we are each mass is 10,000 kg. Numerical 5.3, find the acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the Mars. The mass of the Mars is 6.42 into 10 to the power 23 kg and its radius is 3370 kilometer. So dear, what is the data given? Mass of the Mars is given as 6.42 into 10 to the power 23 kg. Radius of the Mars is given, and what is the radius of the Mars? 3.37 into 10 to the power 8, after converting 8 into a scientific notation. Now acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the Mars is to be determined. So we are using the same formula. Law of gravitation comes to be Gm equal Gmm over r square. Now plugging the values, uppercase G is given, mass of the Mars is given, radius of the Mars is given. So after simplification we are left with acceleration due to gravity on the surface of Mars is 3.77 meter per square second. So dear students, you are noticing that we are using the same formula again and again, the law of gravitation formula, okay, to solve these sort of numericals. So let's move ahead. Now it's a turn for numerical 5.4. The acceleration due to gravity on the surface of Moon is 1.62 into 10 meter per square second. The radius of the Moon is 1740 kilometer. Find the mass of the Moon. So data is given as acceleration due to gravity is 1.62, radius of the Moon is 1.74 into 10 per 6, and we have to find mass of the Moon. So we are using the same formula as we utilized in 5.3. So gm equal gmm over rm square. After shifting the variables, we get mm equal gm rm square over g. Now everything is there. gm 1.62, rm 1.74 into 10 to the power 6, and the value of g is universal constant value 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. So after simplification, finally we get mass of the moon as 7.35 into 10 to the power 22 kilogram. Now numerical number 5.5. Calculate the value of g at height h of 3600 kilometer above the surface of earth. So here height h is given 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 meter. Mass of the earth 6.0 into 10 to the power 24 kg, and we are to find gravitational acceleration gh. So we are having the formula for gh as gm v over r plus h square. It is the value of g at the height h above the surface of earth. So just plug the values. 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 for uppercase g. Mass of earth is 6 into 10 to the power 24. Radius of the earth r is 6.4 into 10 to the power 6, and height is given in this numerical as 3.6 into 10 to the power 6. So simplifying it, and after some steps we are having the value of g as 4.0 meter per square second. So dear students, you are noticing that the value of g at the surface of earth is 10 meter per square second, and at the height h 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 meter, its value reduces to 4 meter per square second. Now 5.6. Find the value of g due to the earth at a geostationary satellite. The radius of the geostationary orbit is 48,700 km. So here radius is given as 4.87 into 10 to the power 7 meter, and it is what? The radius of geostationary orbits, mean the orbits where geostationary satellites are orbiting, and we have to find value of g, mean acceleration due to gravity. So we are having the formula g equal g me over r square. So just plug the values. So we are having the result as 0.17 meter per square second. So dear students, here you are noticing that again this is the value of g at height h from the surface of earth. Okay, so this uppercase r is including the radius of the earth and height h above the surface of earth. So that's why we have so much reduced value of acceleration due to gravity, that is small g. Numerical 5.7. The value of g is 4 meter per square second at a distance of 10,000 km from the center of earth. Find the mass of the earth. So dear students, here the gravitational acceleration is given as 4 meter per square second, radius of earth as 10 to the power 7 meter, and it is actually the distance from the center of earth, okay, where we are to find the value of g, and mass of the earth is me, which is to be found out. So after plugging values, me equal g r square over g, the same formula we are using again and again. So g is 4, which is a reduced value of acceleration due to gravity. R is 10 to the power 7, and uppercase g, which is gravitational constant, as 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. So after simplifying, we are having 5.99 into 10 to the power 24 kilogram, which is the mass of the earth. Having using the data given in this numerical 5.7. Now the last numerical 5.8. At what altitude the value of g would become 1/4 than on the surface of earth. So here we are given data, and we know the values as mass of earth 6.0 into 10 to the power 24 kilogram, Radius of the earth re equals 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 meter. Gravitational acceleration is 1 by 4th of the g, which is given in this numerical. So 1 by 4 into 10 equal 2.5 meter per square second. And altitude above the surface of earth, h is to be found out. So we have to find out the height h where the value of g decreases to 1 by 4. So we are using the same formula, gh equal g me over r plus h whole square, which is the variation of g with altitude. So after flipping the terms, r plus h whole square equal g me over gh, taking square root, and finally we get h equal g me over gh in square root minus r. Now plug the values. Here uppercase g is 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 11, and mass of earth is 6 into 10 to the power 24, and gh is 2.5, and also the radius is as 6.4 into 10 to the power 6. So here the value of g is 10 to the power minus 11, uppercase g minus 11 in square root. This point is to be noted. So after simplification we are having 6.0 into 10 to the power 6 meter. As height is always taken as positive, therefore h equals 6.0 into 10 to the power 6 equal 1 Earth's radius. So this is the solution of numerical 5.8. So dear students, in this lecture we talked about MCQs, short response questions, and also we have solved the numericals of unit number 5, gravitation. Hopefully you understand and you find it very useful. So keep on learning and keep on taking help from these sort of notes and videos. So good luck. See you next time with some other lecture, some other chapter or unit. So take care of yourself.